Hey guys, Nick here. Back again with a really exciting video. I'm going to prison! So am I worried about Halo Infinite? Put it this way, a lot of people are worried about Halo Infinite because it might not be fun, or it might flop and we just don't get a new fun Halo game to enjoy after all of these years. For me, of course, this is very much the case, but it's a little bit more than just being scared about not having a fun game to play. Halo is my livelihood. There isn't one day that goes by where I don't think about Halo in some capacity, whether it's the MCC, Halo Infinite, my worries, my fears, my hopes, my dreams about the game. I think about it every single day. So to say that I'm worried about Halo Infinite is a bit of an understatement. To put it simply, I am absolutely terrified. My future doing what I love is directly connected to a game that has been in drought for 5 years, but also shrouded in controversy as well. And it's no lie that Halo hasn't had a flawless past, so I don't really have that many reassurances to go off of. I've got everything to lose, but I've also got everything to gain. I believe that I'm in a really good spot for Halo Infinite, and I believe Halo Infinite is in a really good spot for content creation. My success and growth is directly connected to Halo's popularity. So in conclusion, am I worried about Halo Infinite? Absolutely. 100% without a doubt, I'm terrified. Am I excited and optimistic? Hell yes. If I've built my channel on my stream up to the point that I have already based off the last 5 years, then who knows what a brand new game can do for me as a content creator. But today I'm going to be talking about how I ended up getting into the Halo Infinite credits and kind of what that means for me. So back in 2019, I actually got invited to be part of a secret council called the Forerunners, which is a group of people kind of brought together by 343 to help give feedback and play Halo Infinite early throughout the development process. So basically what I'm saying is I've been playing Halo Infinite for the last couple of years privately, but because I was in this Forerunner council, they put all of our names into the credits of the game, which is absolutely insane to me. But being a Forerunner has honestly been one of the coolest experiences I've ever had. Getting to be part of the development process, be part of the behind the scenes look of game development. But I actually did get to go to 343 themselves on 2 different occasions, once in 2019 and in 2020. But going to 343 secretly back in 2019 was one of the wildest things I've ever experienced. I literally felt like I was some like VIP sneaking out of the country because I couldn't talk about it, couldn't tweet about it, couldn't make a YouTube video about it. It was all completely private. But we went there and had a fantastic time. And then 2020 came around again. I went out to 343 to playtest the game and give my feedback. But unfortunately, we went in March of 2020. And if you can all remember what happened in March 2020, well, basically the entire world shut down. Luckily, we were allowed to actually stay in Seattle because everything was paid for. So we just had a fun time in Seattle. I'll put a couple photos on the screen from that trip that we can finally share. I even went axe throwing, which was an absolute blast. My name is UberNick. Not meant to be here in Seattle. Axe throwing. People over the years have joked that I'm a 343 employee, or that I must have some tie to 343 because I'm so positive about the game. Hopefully this will maybe shed some light on why I was so positive about the game. My success and growth is directly connected to Halo's popularity. So if you love the gameplay, then you're welcome. If you don't like the game, then that was probably Green Skull's fault. But this has by far been the hardest secret I've ever had to keep. Not only from all of you guys, but I've been live streaming trying to not let anything slip by accident. It has been a very hard time. Now that I'm between games, I get to show off one of the cool things that I got for being a Forerunner. Whenever the council first got kicked off back in 2019, I was awarded this statue here, a cool Forerunner statue. I'm sorry if it's a little bit dusty, but the statue is basically to mark my involvement in the council. And the really cool part is that these parts of the statue are actually removable. So as we were in the program, we were sent out these different parts and we eventually got to complete the Forerunner logo. But I've been hiding this thing for years and years now, just to the right of my screen. You guys have been that close and never seen it before. And not only do I get that cool statue, I do get an exclusive item in the game as well, which is really awesome. So if you follow me to my weapons bench and we have a look at my assault rifle, not only do I have the 152 coating on it, which looks badass, but I also have the Zeta weapon emblem, which looks really cool. What I love about it is how unique it is. I think there's maybe like 24 people that have this logo, which is insane to think that I'm one of the very few people that have this emblem in the game.
It might not be the absolute best looking one, but it is special to me because of the amount of work that I put into getting this over the years. But not only do I get it on my weapons, I also get it on everything else. So my Spartan armor gets the emblem, my vehicles get the emblem.
The Forerunner program was secret because the game was a secret, and not all the information on the game was released. We made it public when it made sense. I get the argument, but the game wasn't secret when people were reacting to marketing. I've been in programs before and felt the pressure. Transparency should have been favored. None of the Forerunners were yes folks, and sorry, the game was public, but these folks knew the entire game and everything about it. There was too much at risk.
Next holiday, we will launch Project Scarlet with Halo.
Yo! We own it! Oh! A trailer! Oh! Holy, everyone. Dude, look at, oh my, look at the graphics. Oh. This is amazing. Oh my.
How about I miss
Why is the
you?
music making me want to cry? Why am I getting emotional?
I love you, Daddy. Can you
Oh
say
shit, he's
see
like old? Like what the?
And bye-bye.
Why am I already attached to this guy? Why am I like tearing up about this character?
Signal detected. Tag designated.
This is UNSC Pelican Echo
UNSC?
216. Can you hear me? This is UNS.
You, oh, dude, holy, oh my fucking god, man, holy shit, oh my god, dude, he looks so good, oh my god, dude, the armor is so, it looks so good, holy shit, man, oh my god. It looks so good. My heart is pumping out of my chest.
I'm going to try to overwrite.
My heart is pumping out of my chest right now.
Okay.
This is all in-game. This is in-game, in-engine, in-game.
Stay calm.
Oh my god. Oh my god, dude, look how good this looks. I've never sweated more in my life. In my life. It looks so good.
We lost. Lost everything.
What?
There's nothing left for us here.
He lost?
Not then.
Bro.
Not again.
Holy shit. Yo, the music.
No, we need to fight.
Yes! Dude, that's so sick.
Get ready.
Oh my god, dude! Oh my fucking god! Oh my... Holiday 2020! We already knew that, but... Wait. 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 Wait.
And I was right.
Oh my god. Oh my god! Oh my god, dude! That looks bro, I feel broken. Holy shit. We need a fight. Oh, yes, dude. Yes, dude. Holy shit, man. Oh my god. Oh my god. Holy shit, dude. Oh, that was so sick.
So basically what I'm saying is I've been playing Halo Infinite for the last couple of years privately.
This is not only a game for old fans, but also for new fans to jump in to experience Halo for the first time, and in my opinion this is a great thing. I obviously don't want a Halo game that any new fans that jump in will be very confused and lost. I want everyone to feel like there's something to gain from this, so I want old fans to be happy, but I also want this to introduce a ton of new people into the Halo franchise because this is an amazing series. So obviously the more people playing it, the more people interested in Halo, the overall better that is for everyone. If you think the Chief looks good, if you think that he looks absolutely amazing like I do, then
Everything in this game is about to look incredible, and I cannot wait. So all these older throwbacks combined into one trailer of the new Halo game make me super excited, because it shows me that 343 are looking to the past to bring them all into the future to make one game that everyone should hopefully, maybe, just maybe, enjoy to some degree. The power of slip space and what this new engine actually means for the game. The reason why they decided to go ahead and build this new engine was to really hit levels of detail that they've always wanted to with a Halo game that was just not possible in previous titles. The previous Halo engine was extremely powerful and it held its own all these years, but eventually an upgrade was needed, and now it's Slipspace's time to shine. So I'm really excited to see what this engine can do. After the Discover Hope trailer came out, I was blown away. It just straight up did not look like a Halo game because it looked that pleasing to the eye. I wish we did see some gameplay, but if they're not ready, they're not ready. So I'll wait patiently for E3 2020, and then the game will release in holiday 2020, so about a year and a half is what we have to wait. I just have to be very patient, and we'll get there eventually.
Luckily, we were allowed to actually stay in Seattle because everything was paid for, so we just had a fun time in Seattle.
If you guys didn't know, there's a brand new thing found with Halo Infinite that was literally just discovered the other day. We all know the Discover Hope trailer, we all watched it at E3, and we all got super excited for Halo Infinite because of it, because it's an incredible trailer. It was absolutely amazing in basically every single way. Well, just the other day, someone actually discovered a hidden QR code within the trailer that actually had some hidden audio in it, which I think is like the coolest thing in the world. But Halo Infinite, even though we don't know anything about the game, has already kind of shown itself to be full of mystery, which I am so excited for. For so long, I've been wanting a Halo game that kind of gives me that feeling of I have no idea what to expect, I have no idea what's going on, and I'm excited about this. But with the marketing for Halo Infinite, everything they're doing going forward with the game, I'm truly hoping, and I truly do believe they've probably learned their lesson on that, and Halo Infinite is going to nail everything when it comes to what we expect as fans. But I know that I should probably keep my hype levels down. I know it's bad to get overly excited for something that I've not played yet, but I just cannot help it, because in the end of the day, it is Halo. It is something that I absolutely adore, and I just cannot keep my hype contained that much longer. Every day that I read different posts about Halo Infinite, I see people having different theories, different ideas for it, and idea of an open world campaign, stuff like that, and it just makes my brain kind of explode a little bit. My Halo fan brain cannot fathom the idea of an open world Halo game. I know that's just like a theory, it's just an idea, it's not confirmed at all, but just let me believe that's gonna happen, because if it does, I'm sold. I'm already sold on it. Even though it feels like Halo Infinite is a really long way away, it's only gonna be in reality about a year and a half. It's now the end of July in 2019. Give it another year and we've already probably played Halo Infinite at this stage, and we've definitely seen gameplay by 2020 July, so I cannot wait until just a year's time from now. I personally have been there for quite a few Halo releases. I've been there for every single one but Halo 1, 2, and 3, so maybe the most hype ones I kind of missed out on, unfortunately.
But this has by far been the hardest secret I've ever had to keep, not only from all of you guys, but I've been live streaming trying to not let anything slip by accident. It has been a very hard time.
So Halo Infinite is going to be 343's third attempt at a FPS Halo game. Some people love them, some people kind of hate them, to put it lightly. I feel like I'm quite lucky, whereas I'm in the boat where I actually really enjoy every single Halo game for a different reason. Some people call me a sellout or a shill or whatever strange word you want to come up with, but I'm just a very optimistic person. I can see the good in every Halo game. I can find a way to enjoy all of them in some way. But when it comes to the truly important stuff regarding gameplay, you know, the things that will actually be doing every single day on the game, we know next to nothing. So do I think this is a bad thing? Do I think we should necessarily be worried about the game because we've not yet seen gameplay? The simple answer is no. So all these people saying that 343 is in ruins, or that since there was a couple people that left the development team over the last couple of years that the game is just in absolute turmoil and development hell, I just don't believe that at all. I think they're just working on the game, keeping their heads down, making the best game they can, and whenever Microsoft is finally ready to, you know, show off their new Xbox, then finally Halo Infinite will finally get its time to shine, hopefully, and, you know, surprise a lot of people with how hopefully cool it's going to be. So I think for right now, our best bet to keep ourselves sane is just let 343 make the game that they want to. Whether you think that's a good idea or not is up to you. But I think sitting here worrying that the game is delayed or maybe going to be pushed back a while or there's just something terribly wrong with the development is not the best way to spend your time. Probably going to be around E3 before we really see anything, and the only negative thing about that is that there is going to be flights for Halo Infinite. So if we're not going to be getting Halo Infinite information until E3, that just means that we're not going to be getting a flight until after that, which doesn't lead to much time for changes to be made. But you never know, you don't know what 343's plans are going to be. But my honest prediction is going to be that we get Halo Infinite news at E3, and then they'll probably announce the flighting stuff at the exact same time. And it's probably going to happen pretty soon after E3, so there is at least like 4 to 5 months between that and the actual release. But all in all, even though we haven't got much information about Halo Infinite, I'm still very excited about the future of Halo. I think we're heading into a really good place. By the time Infinite comes out, it will have been 5 years since we got a brand new Halo game, which is just criminal. I really hope we never have to wait this long ever again, but I really don't think we will. I think now that we have this new engine, the Slipspace engine, everything will be a little bit more streamlined, I guess. One thing I think we know about Halo Infinite at this stage is I feel like it's going to be probably the best looking Halo game that we've ever gotten. I can't even imagine how good this game is going to look. I think the thing that I'm probably the most excited about though about having a new Halo game is just having a new Halo to sit and grind every day. I want to jump onto a new game, have new armor to unlock, have my Spartan look the way that I want it to, and just, you know, have a really fun time doing it. So basically what I'm saying is I've been playing Halo Infinite for the last couple of years privately, and E3 might be cancelled, but the actual important part, the conference, is going to be totally fine. So if you're worried about seeing Halo Infinite or all these other games that are hopefully coming out this year, we're still going to get them revealed to us. We're still going to see, hopefully, Halo Infinite gameplay. We just don't know what date yet because that might change. But even though we are getting this digital show instead of the proper E3 conference that we all know and love, there are a couple other worries regarding the new Halo game that I do have, unfortunately. In Seattle, in America, that is where 343 is based. That is where Halo Infinite is being developed. That was kind of like the first outbreak of this coronavirus in America, and unfortunately it was right next to the 343 offices. I'm talking like literally 20 minutes away from the office. So because of this, a lot of the tech companies in that area have now closed their offices for the rest of this month. So that means the 343 is currently closed. Obviously people are working from home, so development is still continuing, but I don't know just how much can be done from home. But a part of me is kind of worried that this is going to slow them down and maybe even push the game back a little bit. I don't know, maybe it could push them back by a month and, you know, it'll come out early 2021, or maybe they're going to still be on track and it'll still come out in 2020. But I don't know, it's kind of worrying me a little bit.
Luckily, we were allowed to actually stay in Seattle because everything was paid for, so we just had a fun time in Seattle. I'll put it.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is finally time that we start getting some Halo Infinite news. Finally are at the point where we're now entering the marketing cycle for Halo Infinite. This little teaser trailer was uploaded across all of the different Halo social media channels, so I'm going to try and dissect it a little bit. It's not too much to go off, unfortunately, but the big thing that it does confirm is that the Banished are in Halo Infinite. I'm just extremely hyped about this because it's finally nice to finally get some information about the game. You know, we've had the 2 trailers, but they really didn't give anything away. All we've seen so far is the pilot, Chief, that there's a big ring that's kind of broken, and that's about it. So now we know who we're actually going to be fighting in Halo Infinite, the Banished. That is what I wanted. I absolutely love them in Halo Wars 2, so I am very happy about this. Halo Infinite is getting closer and closer every single day, and we finally get the big reveal next month during the Xbox event, so I'm excited. This is only the beginning, so here we go.
Why do I feel like I want to cry already, dude?
Oh, dude, it's so sick.
Step inside.
Oh, it's so fun. It's so sick. Oh. Oh my god. Yo, I'm hyperventilating. Oh my god. Oh my god.
This isn't happening.
Bro, it looks so good.
We have to make an emergency landing.
Dude, look how sick he looks. Dude, oh my god, look how sick this is. Wow, dude, I'm literally losing my... Look at the AR. Look how sick the assault rifle is. I can't believe this is happening. I'm losing my mind. Look how pretty this... Dude. Oh, it worked. Oh, look. Bro, the driving looks so good already. Oh, what the fuck is this? Look at the map. Look at the map. Look how big this is. Dude, listen to this warthog, man. Yo, he's soaring. Oh, a pistol? Okay, well, elites are back. Confirmed. Bro, this... Wait, what did that say? New weapon? I don't know what that said, though. Okay, sprint. Sprint confirmed. Sprint. Yo! Yo! That's a pickup fusion. You have a throwable shield. Okay, you have to take their helmets off. Grapple! He just grappled and flew up. I'm losing my shit. Look how... If this is open world, imagine this. The music makes me want to cry my eyes out, dude. Oh my god. That is such a cool looking... Oh, is that a jackal? Oh, look at the shield. New weapon? I don't even know where he picked this up. Yo, that grunt was soaring. Dude, that's a cool looking weapon. I love how this looks. Oh, look at this. It's like a brute pistol. I'm gonna fucking lose it. What? 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 This is so sick. Oh, the new shock. I just realized it's a shotgun. It looks so meaty, dude. Like, the impact is so sick looking. Oh my god. Infinity? I see Infinity.
Always.
Oh god.
He's already under our control.
They're dead? Dude, he looks so sick. He looks... It's so sick, dude. It's so sick, dude. Oh my god, it's so fucking... Oh, dude. That brute is so fucking cool. He like is bored and wants one final fucking fight to like last like a legacy, man.
We hope you enjoy.
Bro.
World premiere.
I am so happy, man. Dude, that's unreal. They've nailed it. I think that looks so sick. That looks so sick. That looks so sick. God, it's so beautiful, and the music is incredible, and the brute, the villain, the brute was so sick. He was so menacing. Yo, whoa. Okay, I'll let it play. Whoa, what is that? Oh, yo, whoa. Okay, sorry, yo. Bro, did we see all this? Did we see all that? Look at the sword. Oh my god. Oh, dude. Dude. Oh shit! Yo! It looks sick! It looks sick as hell! It looks sick as hell! Look at the scope! There's no little fucking reticle! Oh, they nailed it! They nailed it, man! Claps, everyone. Claps. Oh my god, unreal.
So basically what I'm saying is I've been playing Halo Infinite for the last couple of years privately.
The thing that has me the most excited, the most hyped, has got to be the scale of this world, of this game. There's been a lot of rumors, obviously, about this game possibly being open world. I still don't know if it's like a fully open world game or if there's just going to be like different play areas that you travel to throughout the campaign, and each area, you know, is just a large space for you to explore. Either way, that has me very, very excited. It's been described as several times larger as the previous two Halo games combined, so
this is going to be unlike any other Halo game that we've ever played before when it comes to exploration and just freedom of player choice, which I am all for. I feel like whenever I was younger, when I first played Halo, I would look out at the mountains in the distance in Halo 3 and just think to myself, I wish I could just go explore those or see what's over there. Well, in this game, apparently, if you can see that, you can go and explore it. You know, nowhere is off limits. You can go and explore whatever it is that you can see. So that alone has me just so hyped. I'm so ready for this. So I cannot wait to see more of the Warthog and also other vehicles in the game. Hopefully there's a wide selection of them. The wildlife also has me very, very excited. Of course, we got our first look at the wildlife in the 2018 trailer. But, you know, in this one, we got to see a few smaller animals walking about and the birds in the sky. But the idea of this being a living world, a living ring that you can explore, has me pretty damn excited to see what else we can find out there. And the final thing in what I really, really loved from this trailer has got to be Escharum, the new villain, the brute that we saw at the end. He sounds badass. He looks badass. And the speech, the dialogue that he gave me absolute chills. I have listened to that so many times and I am just ready to get into a fight with him. I'm ready to get into this campaign and take him on. I think it's truly a match for the Master Chief, this old brute that just wants one final fight before he is done. It just has me very excited. I am very, very intrigued by Escharum. Now, we're going to move on to the negatives of this trailer because, you know, not everything in life is sunshine and rainbows. There are some things that I wasn't a huge fan of, so we're going to talk about that. So a big issue that a lot of people have been having with the gameplay reveal have been the graphics. I had massive expectations for this game. Obviously, the Series X has been marketed as the most powerful console of all time, and then what we were met with was not something that I feel like lived up to that massive title.
This isn't happening.
Bro, it looks so good!
We have to make an emergency landing. No.
Dude, look how sick he looks! I can't believe this is happening. I'm losing my mind. Look how pretty this... Dude. Look how... If this is open world, imagine this. A few of the other weapons also look a little bit flat. Some people think that's all down to the lighting. There's also been people saying that this is an old build that, you know, is months and months old. I don't know if that's been confirmed or not, or if that's just a rumor, but either way, this demo definitely had some graphical issues going on. But overall, what are my thoughts? I absolutely loved the trailer. I think this game has so much potential. I don't want to let the rough graphics take away from my overall enjoyment and excitement for this game. So again, I absolutely love this. I think Halo Infinite has absolutely massive potential. I think the campaign story is very, very interesting with Escharum. I also think the general campaign overall has a lot of potential for replayability because it's going to be such a massive open area. Co-op is going to be crazy. They also confirmed 2-player split screen and 4-player online co-op. So for any of you people that miss split screen, that is going to be there. It's also going to be on the Xbox One family of consoles, on the Series X, and on PC on Steam. So it's going to be everywhere, all crossplay. So the game is going to be very, very accessible. But this has by far been the hardest secret I've ever had to keep. Not only from all of you guys, but I've been live streaming trying to not let anything slip by accident. It has been a very, very hard time. I'm a very, very optimistic person, as a lot of you should probably know. I much prefer to focus on the positives rather than the negatives of Halo. So I am very, very optimistic that 343 is going to pull it out of the bag. They're going to make this game absolutely beautiful for launch. We just gotta wait and see. It's only a couple of months away now, so you know their time is gonna be crunched, but hopefully you just gotta hope. Obviously a lot of people were not happy or just weren't impressed by the graphics shown in the gameplay reveal, so this is 343's response to that. First, we want to acknowledge that yes, we've heard the feedback coming from parts of the community regarding the visuals in the Halo Infinite campaign demo. While we see and hear far more positive than negative, we do want to share a bit more context. From our perspective, there are 2 key areas being debated around the community: overall art style and visual fidelity. Negative feedback in this area includes comments around characters and objects appearing flat, simplistic and plastic-like, lighting feeling dull and flat, and object pop-in. We've read your comments, we've seen the homemade examples of retouched content, and yes, we've heard the digital foundry assessments. In many ways, we are in agreement here. We do have work to do to address some of these areas and raise the level of fidelity and overall presentation for the final game. The build used to run the campaign demo was work in progress from several weeks ago, with a variety of graphical elements and game systems still being finished and polished. While some of the feedback was expected and speaks to areas already in progress, other aspects of the feedback have brought new opportunities and considerations to light that the team is taking very seriously and working to assess. We don't have firm answers to outcomes to share yet, but the team is working as quickly as possible on plans to address some of the feedback around detail, clarity, and overall fidelity. The team is committed and focused on making sure we have a beautiful world for players to explore when we launch. They go on to say that they had plans for large-scale flighting before launch, but unfortunately, because of COVID-19, I feel like this is such a reoccurring theme this year. Because COVID-19, everything is ruined, basically, in every aspect. I had so many plans this year myself that were ruined because of COVID-19. Flighting for Halo Infinite being one of them, I suppose. So I can't really blame them too much. You know, nobody saw this coming. Nobody knew that this was going to be, you know, something that will pop up this year. So large-scale flighting, unfortunately, does not seem likely before launch. What happened to Cortana, the created Blue Team, Fireteam Osiris, Lasky, UNSC Infinity, Halsey, Arbiter, and Atriox? What is Harbinger? That is a lot of questions all in one, and their basic answer is, I'm opposed to spoilers, so I'm not going to tell you anything. Play the game for yourself. And to be honest with you, I'm perfectly fine with that. I don't want any spoilers from some kind of community blog post. I just want to play the game, enjoy it for myself. I will be doing a full Let's Play here on my YouTube channel, so the first playthrough I ever do of Halo Infinite will all be here on YouTube, and it's going to be awesome. I've always wanted to do that. Are there kill barriers or return to battlefield zones in the campaign? And I've been wondering this myself. Basically, the answer is, if you can see it, you can walk to it. Obviously, there are some situations where some places you will just not be able to go to, but for the most part, the entire ring is fully explorable, which is just incredible. What about split screen and co-op? I already mentioned this in my previous video, but 2-player split screen and 4-player online co-op is confirmed, which I am more than fine with. I'm going to be honest with you, I've never enjoyed playing 4-player split screen. It is just a non-fun experience. Having a small, tiny little box in the corner, I'd much rather just 2-player split screen so you both have a lot of space on the monitor or the TV. 4-player is just a little bit much, but being able to jump online with 3 other friends is great. That is exactly what I wanted, so they have delivered, which I'm happy about. What about multiplayer, Forge, theater, ranking system, esports, and everything else? Last week, we wanted to focus solely on campaign. We'll touch on all the other aspects of our game in the coming months, though we already have confirmed the return of a new and improved Forge and some very exciting plans for the new era of Halo esports. It says Halo Infinite, as you can probably read from the title, has unfortunately been delayed until 2021. Today, I want to share an important Halo Infinite development update with the community. We have made the difficult decision to shift our release to 2021 to ensure the team has adequate time to deliver a Halo game experience that meets our vision. The decision to shift our release is the result of multiple factors that have contributed to development challenges, including the ongoing COVID-related impacts affecting us all this year. I want to acknowledge the hard work from our team at 343 Industries, who have remained committed to making a great game and finding solutions to development challenges. So as we read there, COVID-19 is back at it again, striking down every single Halo fan's hopes and dreams, unfortunately. I'll be honest with you, this is not completely unexpected for me. There was something about what we saw at that Xbox game showcase that just made me think, is this game going to make it in time for the end of this year? Are they going to have the time to fully polish it, or are we going to get one of those game releases that's kind of rough around the edges and takes a few months to finally be where they want it to?
Dude, he looks so sick! He looks... It's so sick, dude! It's so sick, dude! Oh my god, it's so fucking... Oh, dude! That Brute is so fucking cool! I am so happy, man. Unreal. They've nailed it. I think that looks so sick. That looks so sick. That looks so sick. god, it's so beautiful, and the music is incredible.
2021 means that it's now going to be over 5 years since the last Halo game released. That is a very, very long time. I was very excited to have a new Halo game in my hands this holiday. For all of you out there that are disappointed, I know exactly how you feel, but just know the game that we're going to end up getting next year in 2021 is going to be hopefully incredible. All of the issues that everyone had with the Xbox, game trailer that we got, or the game reveal that we got, all those issues will hopefully completely be fixed for the full game, which is awesome. Next year, hopefully early next year, I'm hoping like a latest March 2021 release, but we're gonna have to wait and see what the release date is going to be. Sucks, it's been delayed until next year, but just know it is for the best. They now have time to work on the game, make it as best as they possibly can. I have a really good feeling about this game, so hopefully all of you are still excited. If anything, this has made me more excited because I know that the game on release is going to be even better than what we were going to get this holiday. Luckily, we were allowed to actually stay in Seattle because everything was paid for, so we just had a fun time in Seattle. Yesterday, we got a big update about Halo Infinite, and the new release date is going to be fall 2021. That is not anything I ever thought I would say. When we first got that release date of holiday 2020, I was like, all right, it's locked in. That's when we'll be playing this game. It is now December time. We're obviously not playing the game, and it has now been delayed basically an entire year. So as I said, Halo Infinite is 1 year away, which to be honest with you is kind of like a tough pill to swallow. It is kind of a long ways away. A lot can happen in 1 year. Obviously tastes can change, people can move on, but us as Halo fans are for whatever reason disgustingly addicted to this franchise. We kind of refuse to let it go. Halo is something that I literally can never stop thinking about. I don't know about you, but whenever Halo Infinite comes out, I pretty much will never go back to the older titles. Not saying I won't ever check out Halo 3's campaign for a bit of nostalgia, but once Infinite comes out, that's pretty much me completely set on that game. I don't think I'll veer away from it very much whatsoever. So one thing that we saw in the update that 343 gave us yesterday was a 152 reward. If you got Spartan rank 152 in Halo 5, you get an armor coating, some weapon coatings as well that look really beautiful. I'm personally a massive fan, and if you didn't know, I do happen to be a Spartan rank 152 in Halo 5. I was completely addicted to that game. I still love Halo 5, even though the game is not going to be releasing for a full year. Pretty much, I'm guessing it'll come out maybe September, October time. That's my guess. But Bonnie Ross did say something on Twitter, which has made some people think it's coming out in November. She kind of hints at something having an anniversary or regarding Halo Infinite, so people are thinking it's maybe going to come out on Halo Combat Evolved's anniversary in 2021, which will be November. I don't know about this. It seems like a really far away date, but at the same time, her tweet does kind of hint at that quite a bit, so we shall see. But one thing they did confirm in the update yesterday is that flighting will be happening for the game, which is absolutely huge. If you don't know what flighting is, it's basically like a demo. It's like a beta test for the game where the players can give feedback directly to the developer, which is absolutely huge. So there's no word on when that is going to be happening. They say later this year. My guess is it's going to be sometime around May, June time, something like that. So they obviously have enough time to do the flights, to implement the feedback into the game before full release. But this has by far been the hardest secret I've ever had to keep, not only from all of you guys, but I've been live streaming trying to not let anything slip by accident. It has been a very hard time. Are y'all at all worried that people are ignoring the elephant in the room, being the fact that Halo popularity is declining with each title, and that absolutely no one might blow up? I see streamers mention it all the time, but I do agree there will be an increase short term. If the last 3 Halo titles tell us anything, it is the fact the complete opposite of growth. This sparked a bit of a back and forth conversation with my chat, but to be honest with you, I thought about it for a while after, and I thought I really wanted to break it down in a full video, which I'm going to be doing today. What if the game just sucks? What if no one grows? What if the game is just popular for a month and then just fades away into obscurity? So let's talk about this. This is something that I've thought about a lot, and I think I have a lot to say on this subject matter. So am I worried about Halo Infinite? Put it this way, a lot of people are worried about Halo Infinite because it might not be fun, or it might flop and we just don't get a new fun Halo game to enjoy after all of these years. For me, of course, this is very much the case, but it's a little bit more than just being scared about not having a fun game to play. Halo is my livelihood. There isn't one day that goes by where I don't think about Halo in some capacity, whether it's the MCC,
Halo Infinite, my worries, my fears, my hopes, my dreams about the game. I think about it every single day. So to say that I'm worried about Halo Infinite is a bit of an understatement. To put it simply, I am absolutely terrified. My future doing what I love is directly connected to a game that has been in drought for 5 years, but also shrouded in controversy as well. And it's no lie that Halo hasn't had a flawless past, so I don't really have that many reassurances to go off of. And I can guarantee that any full-time Halo content creator has felt the same way and worried about the future of Halo at least 3 times a day for the past 2 years. I've got everything to lose, but I've also got everything to gain. I believe that I'm in a really good spot for Halo Infinite, and I believe Halo Infinite is in a really, really good spot for content creation. Halo Infinite is a free-to-play game-as-a-service model, and yes, I know there's a long list of positives and negatives for that topic, but that's for a whole different video. One of the great things, at least for me, about this model of game is that Halo Infinite will break all previous records of population simply because it's free to play. My success and growth is directly connected to Halo's popularity, so this makes me very excited and optimistic. That's the other great thing about this model, is that games as a service is great for content creation. Halo Infinite has been touted as a 10-year game. It's going to be our Halo game for the foreseeable future, so I'm sure they plan on adding so much content after release. It's not just a, here's the game, enjoy it, and we'll start making the next one. This will be our main game for a long time. But content creation for me will be easier and less stressful than it's ever been. So in conclusion, am I worried about Halo Infinite? Absolutely. 100% without a doubt, I'm terrified. Am I excited and optimistic? Hell yes. If I've built my channel on my stream up to the point that I have already based off the last 5 years, then who knows what a brand new game can do for me as a content creator.
So basically what I'm saying is I've been playing Halo Infinite for the last couple of years privately.
There's a lot to talk about here, not just about Cyberpunk, but about games in general, and one other specific game that could be headed the exact same fate as Cyberpunk, like a time bomb. So as a huge Halo fan, it really begs the question, if Cyberpunk was being worked on for a total of 11 years by one of the most well-renowned and respected developers in the industry, and on top of that was delayed time and time again for polish, then what should we expect from a game like Halo Infinite? A game with a shorter development cycle, but with just as many fans with higher expectations. Cyberpunk's launch has me worried about Halo Infinite quite a bit. Not only for the game design similarities that the games both burden, but also because Halo in many ways kinda has to do more than Cyberpunk. Let's see here. Based on the community's expectations, what does Halo have to deliver at launch? Open world campaign with co-op and split screen support, next-gen graphics, solid multiplayer with ranked and social options and a healthy competitive scene, Forge mode, theater mode, custom games, firefight, file sharing, social systems. All of this has to run on the brand new Xboxes and PC, but what scares me the most is that it has to run on 2013-year-old hardware, the Xbox One. All of this has to run on new gen at least 60 FPS in campaign and 120 FPS in multiplayer. If you're someone who doesn't really know too much about Halo and thinks, what the hell is all of this? Well, yeah, welcome to the Halo community. We've decided that it's not Halo without all of this stuff at launch. To me, this does not seem at all feasible. As much as I would love to have all of those boxes ticked, it is very, very difficult. But I think it's a little entitled that we expect each and every one of these boxes to be ticked at launch to make it Halo. There's no other game out there that delivers this amount of features day one. So maybe something more like this. Obviously, having all of these features there day one is my absolute preference, but if they feel like having something removed to make the overall game experience better on launch, I can see that being okay. I hope that Halo doesn't meet the same fate as Cyberpunk, but you only get that one chance for a smooth launch, and no amount of updates will ever change that.
Luckily, we were allowed to actually stay in Seattle because everything was paid for, so we just had a fun time in Seattle.
Well, at the end of year update that we got in 2020 for Halo, they actually talked about flighting and how we will get an early multiplayer flight for Halo Infinite. So that is 100% confirmed unless their plans have changed. I don't think we were initially meant to get flighting for Infinite, but since the game got that big delay, it was basically brought back into the roadmap, which is incredible. Halo Infinite is such an important Halo game, if not just an important game in general. It's basically the last lifeline that Halo has. Halo is such a massive and popular franchise that's been through a lot. It has had a bit of a rough life the last like decade, I guess. So Infinite really needs to nail it. Infinite needs to basically knock it out of the park for Halo to really have the big redemption we all want to see. That there is going to be a digital E3 that Xbox is going to be attending in June. So my guess is going to be they're going to do some kind of multiplayer reveal for Halo Infinite, and then after that, they'll probably start the flighting maybe a month or so after, just to kind of give people a chance to sign up for, you know, flighting, to give people an opportunity to make sure they're all ready to go with all this stuff. If you remember way back, Halo 5 did have a beta that happened, I think 9 months before the game fully came out. Unfortunately, I don't know if it's going to be as big as the Halo 5 beta. I don't think it's going to have as much impact as the feedback on Halo 5's beta had on the, you know, final product. For example, if you look visually at how Halo 5 is in the beta, it looks like a completely different game compared to release. I feel like Infinite is going to be pretty much completely finalized when it comes to the visuals. Getting a chance to actually play the game and give feedback like that whatsoever is really, really cool. So I'll take any kind of flighting that I can possibly get, to be honest with you. I just want to see and play this game so badly. I've seen some people talking about maybe the chance of Halo Infinite being delayed until 2022. I have no idea where these rumors or where these talks came from, but people seem to have this strange idea that there's still a pretty big chance of the game being delayed. I'll be honest, I think there's absolutely no chance of this happening. I'm pretty sure whenever Infinite was delayed, it was already content complete. They didn't have anything really more to make for the game. They were more so just polishing the game and getting things kind of finalized for release, which is exactly what we need. We don't want the game rushed out, but this has by far been the hardest secret I've ever had to keep. Not only from all of you guys, but I've been live streaming trying to not let anything slip by accident. It has been a very, very hard time. And in today's video, I wanted to talk about Halo Infinite leaks, why I think they can be such a bad thing for numerous reasons. Not only does it build up my hype to an absolute crazy level, but it also puts a lot of extra pressure on the final game itself. Because no matter what, it's probably never going to live up to the expectations that's been built up after all of these years. The biggest leak that I can probably think of is BTB 2.0. That was leaked by a guy called culpability on Twitter, and he is admittedly a pretty safe bet. Apparently a lot of his leaks in the past have come out to be true. But he's claimed BTB 2.0 is going to be this big, massive mode in Halo Infinite. And as much as I really, really want this to be true, I want BTB to be absolutely incredible in Halo Infinite. I need it to return to form. Basically, I'm kind of holding off on my expectations just a little bit, just in case this one turns out to not be true. Because I don't want to hype myself up, and I also don't want to hype you guys up on something that could just be nothing but one big lie for attention. There's always going to be people out there that are like, well, it might be true. Like, what if it is true? You never know. And this is where the real damaging part for the game comes in, because this then sets expectations that will probably never be met. One of the biggest speculations is that the budget of Halo Infinite is like $500 million or something like that. People absolutely claim this to be 100% true, when in reality, this is still speculative. We don't know the budget of Halo Infinite. We have no clue how much money has been spent on this game. Yeah, it's probably a ton of money because the development has taken so long, but people say $500 million when they don't think about the marketing costs, the idea that the slipspace engine has had to be developed all these years. They think 500 million has just been spent solely on the game, and that means it's going to be absolutely massive. And this particular rumor or leak, or whatever you want to call it, is very damaging because it's going to set people's minds up to expect a game that isn't going to be anything like what they want. But you also have to fight against these people that are causing these fake leaks and causing all this fake hype on a game that you're not actually building, but it's kind of more of a dream game that people are hoping that you're making. They're hopefully going to be doing a big show at E3, which is happening in June, which is only 2 months away. So we're so close to the big reveal for Infinite. I expect they're probably going to do some kind of multiplayer reveal. I would love if they showed off the campaign again, because, well, Quite frankly, I want to see these graphics updated. I want to see how they've adjusted it and hopefully upgraded everything from when we saw it in July last year. This is probably the last time that we're ever gonna have this period before a Halo game comes out where we don't know anything about the game really. We're waiting for any information and people are doing these crazy leaks just to try and stir something up in the community. I've been thinking a lot recently as well how this is going to be the only time in Halo for basically the foreseeable future that we're ever going to be feeling the way we are right now. The amount of times that I've read Halo is back over the last, I don't even know, 6-7 years now. It all started when MCC first came out. People were like, this is it. Halo is finally going to have its big moment. It's finally going to be the big thing once again. And then, well, MCC released and then we all knew how that unfortunately turned out for us. But this time with Infinite, I think this is the Halo community's chance to have our time in the sunlight once again, if you want to call it that. Halo Infinite is truly the make or break for the Halo scene, I believe. I don't think it'll die necessarily if Halo Infinite isn't a well-received game, but it's going to have some really damaging effects on the community going forward. So all I ask is temper your expectations if you've read something online that doesn't have a confirmed source behind it. So basically what I'm saying is I've been playing Halo Infinite for the last couple of years privately that I really wanted to make this video on because I think it's really important to talk about Halo Infinite leaks and why they are very dangerous to not only the community and its hype, but also maybe sometimes an employee that gets caught up in all this whirlwind of Halo Infinite excitement. So I'm going to take it back a little bit. If you don't know what happened, I'll give you a little bit of context. An ex-employee of 343 called Eric Lynn basically made a video talking about his experiences working on AAA game development. Now this is a very interesting video, but he actually recorded this video in Mandarin, so someone had to translate this video to basically understand what he was saying in English. So of course, people are always going to look at something that an ex-343 employee is going to say and see if there's anything juicy in there that they can take out to make a fun or negative journalist headline out of. And of course, this is what happened. So in the video, Eric basically talks about his experience at 343, and everything about this was taken completely out of context in the worst way possible. But a very well-known game journalist called Jason Schreier, I believe that's how you say his name, basically the other day posted a bullet point tweet showing all of the out of context things that Eric said in his original video, which was translated from Mandarin. I just want to add a side note here that I think it's really bad that this Jason guy on Twitter shared all these points because he is a very well-respected game journalist. People take his word very seriously. For someone like him to spread misinformation like this is just really bad. It's very dangerous. He obviously didn't have a solid source or do enough research before he made this tweet because a lot of people saw this and it's just going to leave a very negative sense in people's minds about this game. Okay, so the next point here, talking about the team at 343, especially the low-level employees, works very hard, and many of them have experienced working overtime until the early hours of the morning in the past few years. Crunch confirmed. So this is the point that he felt the worst about, basically talking about crunch at 343. He says that there isn't crunch that he knows of at the studio, and obviously all the employees work independently from home currently, so he doesn't know what other people are experiencing. But he goes on to how he personally works from home, and some people might consider that crunch, whereas to him, he just says that he gets very passionate about what he's doing and kind of loses track of time. For example, since everyone is working from home, he either has to help his children with online school or he has to help his wife with something at home. So maybe it's like 9 p.m. before he can start working on something that he has to get done for 343. So this could mean that he works from 9 until early in the morning, but that's only because he kind of chose to do that. It doesn't mean crunch. It doesn't mean he's being forced to work overtime. It just means that he's so into whatever he's working on. Maybe he's making a piece of art for the game. He just loses track of time. He even says that he forgets to eat sometimes because he's so into it. Sometimes you get so into whatever you're working on, you completely lose focus of whatever is going on around you. And before you know it, it's early in the morning, you haven't eaten for like 8 hours and you just don't even know where the time went. So to call this crunch, I think is very unfair. It's just a very passionate artist working very, very hard at what they're doing.
Luckily, we were allowed to actually stay in Seattle because everything was paid for, so we just had a fun time in Seattle.
We're talking about Halo Infinite, one of my favorite things to discuss, this new Halo game and why next month is its final chance. But one thing about Halo that I think is kind of unavoidable at this stage is that it's in a bit of a tricky position because it's not the most popular game. You know, it's kind of fallen from grace a little bit in the last however many years, and this is pretty much Infinite's or Halo's last chance of making a huge splash in the gaming space. So obviously next month Microsoft are going to be at E3, as well as Microsoft, they are probably going to be bringing Halo Infinite because that is their big title for this year. This is their final chance of showing the game off to a major audience like E3, because that's when the entire world is basically looking at every new game coming out. And if 343 and Microsoft don't absolutely nail this presentation, it isn't the best look for Infinite. Obviously, it has a lot going for it, being free to play and all that good stuff, but gameplay-wise, it still needs to kind of sell it to a lot of people out there. So I expect the presentation to start off with probably some kind of campaign showcase. You know, obviously, the graphics were a big point of issue for a lot of people. They were kind of worried about the game's look. They weren't too happy with it. The art style was beautiful, but the actual graphics quality just wasn't it.
Yo! Ah! It looks sick! It looks sick as hell! It looks sick as hell! Ah! Look at the scope! There's no little fucking reticle! Oh, they nailed it! They nailed it, man! Claps. Claps, everyone. Claps. Oh my god. Unreal. If you're hoping for a Halo 3 remake, I would change your expectations, because that's just never gonna happen. As I said, this is Halo Infinite's final chance to really sell itself to the community and the wider gamer audience. This is the first time a Halo game is free to play and gonna be on Xbox and PC at launch. So this is a huge, huge opportunity. So I don't want you guys to get confused with me being super negative about Infinite or thinking that this game is doomed or anything like that, because I really don't. I actually am very, very excited for Infinite. I think it has huge potential of being an awesome game. I actually enjoyed the gameplay demo that we got last year. Obviously, you know, it had some graphical issues here and there, but I'm not going to let some graphical issues ruin my excitement for a game because, you know, the game's been delayed for a year. I'm sure all those have been fixed and hopefully polished up.
But this has by far been the hardest secret I've ever had to keep. Not only from all of you guys, but I've been live streaming trying to not let anything slip by accident. It has been a very, very hard time.
So today, of course, we're talking about Halo Infinite. We're only a couple of days away now from finally seeing some new footage of Infinite after 11 months since the campaign demo. I cannot believe it's been basically a year since we've got any proper gameplay for this game. So the other day, Jeff Grubb, who is a known leaker, basically talked about Halo Infinite and its time at E3. The game is going to be built for Halo fans, and he thinks Halo fans are going to absolutely love Halo Infinite, but with that, he thinks it's going to kind of struggle to bring in the wider gaming community. Now, is this a problem? Is this necessarily a bad thing? That's what I've been thinking in my head the last couple of days. The last 10 years of Halo have been a bit of a rough time. You know, some people enjoy Halo 4 and 5 like myself, and then you get other people who really cannot stand those games and they feel a little bit let down as a Halo fan because they feel like they haven't really got anything to enjoy. Now, the Halo community can be very vocal on either side. The people that don't enjoy 343's game can be kind of a little bit, not toxic, I don't want to say toxic, but they can really shout and scream their opinions of what Halo is meant to be on one side. And then you have the 343 people that really defend those games with everything they've got. And there's nothing wrong with either side.
All the 343 people that, or sorry, all the 343 haters that fucking despise me. Oh man. They must be fucking rolling in hatred right now, seeing that I was involved in like the game and the development.
So Infinite is 343's opportunity to fully show that they are capable of making a fantastic story with fun gameplay and just kind of make it feel like a Halo campaign once again. So I feel like the open world or semi-open world, whatever this game is going to be, is the perfect way of doing that. Allowing Halo fans to have a Halo ring to go and explore and just kind of have fun on once again in split screen or co-op,
with their friends. Now for the multiplayer side of things, this is going to be the hardest challenge because obviously 343 do want to please current Halo fans. They want Halo fans to feel like, hey, there is something here that we get to enjoy, but they also do need to bring in a new audience. No matter what way you want to spin it, Halo has to bring in new players, not only keeping the same bubble of players that's always been there for the past 20 years. So having that balance of kind of pleasing the current fans while also providing something new for new players to kind of enjoy and discover with Halo is a really, really hard balance. But then there's also everything in between. Halo 5 Forge is known as probably the best Forge mode, or maybe the best map creator in any game ever. Far Cry maybe has something to say about that, but I really don't have much experience, so I'm just going to say Halo 5 has the best one. But Halo Infinite's Forge mode has something really awesome to build off, so I'm not worried about the Forge mode whatsoever. As long as it builds off Halo 5, I think we're good to go in that front. I think Forge creators are going to have just a blast, basically. And then custom games obviously are a huge part of Halo, so as long as custom games are there day one and we're able to play customs, make customs, and just do whatever our little brains can think of, then on that front, I think we're going to be good. So going back to Jeff Grubb's initial statement, I think this game needs to be a Halo fan's dream first and foremost, and then after that, they can kind of build on it to hopefully bring in more people. I'm not saying that I want the game released in parts like Halo 5, that is the absolute worst thing that could happen, but release a fun, awesome core Halo game first and foremost, and then from there, build and do whatever you want to make it as fun and as long-lasting as you possibly can. I look at Call of Duty Modern Warfare that came out in 2019. That game came out, people were like, it's kind of meh, I don't really care too much. And then they released Warzone like 6 months later, and still to this day, Warzone is basically the most popular game out there at this moment in time. Don't be saying we need a battle royale. All I'm saying is if the game doesn't come out and hit hard with the, mainstream gaming community, there's still hope. There's still time for it to release a game mode or a feature or something that kind of attracts the wider audience. So I'm not worried whatsoever. If we're getting a fun, awesome Halo fan-centric game, then I think we're all in for a great time.
In a beautiful and mysterious sci-fi world.
Okay.
This is just one part of the Zeta Halo ring, the largest, most wide-open environment we've ever built.
Wow.
And we can't wait for you to explore.
Oh, it's beautiful, dude. Oh, it's so beautiful. Dude. It's so sick. Dude, it's gritty. It's grounded. It's a war. It's what I wanted.
Okay, then.
Who is this? I say this every year, but he looks so good. Oh my god, this music is actually going to make me die. Oh, the chills.
You can't have a Halo game without multiplayer.
Okay.
Xbox Series X.
Yes.
A new day is upon. We are unstoppable.
Okay. I'm trying to take it all in, but there's a lot. Okay, equipment. Okay. Dude. Dude. Okay, hammer. Beautiful. Bro, he just sent back his plasma shot. Dude, the maps look dope. Oh! Oh my god! Look at this, man! Look at the Banshee! Bro! Yo!
What you can do.
Bro, I'm losing my mind! I'm losing my mind! Yo! Yo, did we see that armor? Oh my! That was dope, but yeah, still no date? Why no date? Give us a date!
Luckily, we were allowed to actually stay in Seattle because everything was paid for, so we just had a fun time in Seattle.
I wonder if you could like pick up Marines to kind of take on adventures with you. Say, for example, you wanted to go from this base to this banished base or whatever, so go from the UNSC one to the banished one. Imagine you could pick your weapon and your vehicle, take some Marines and go and like try and take this thing down. That'd be awesome. So this is something I noticed immediately. If this is what coatings are going to bring to the game, then I'm cool with them. I think this looks dope. If this is the kind of customization level our Spartans are going to be able to get to, then I think that is amazing. Like, look how good that looks. Like, that looks really sick to me. But it doesn't seem we see red or blue at all through the entire trailer. And there's been a lot of discussions about red versus blue being dead, basically. I'm in the camp where I'm okay with that. I think red versus blue, yes, it's been in Halo for a long time, but I don't think it's required because I've always thought it was really annoying that I can make my Spartan look a certain way color-wise, and then it's just gone in game. And I know, like, obviously you're playing, you don't look at yourself, but just looking at other, like, it's not even about looking at myself, it's about other players looking at how I want my Spartan to be. So I'm cool with that. I think the Spartan on the right looks amazing. This armor, like, dude, it just looks Halo. Is there like outlines or anything like that? Oh, a little red outline. You see that? A little red outline. So I guess that's the new direction. Oh yeah, you can see it pretty obvious here. This looks amazing. Okay, I'm hyped. This right here, dude, has me hyped. This looks so sick. This entire... One more thing. We didn't see one assassination in this entire trailer. Not one animation. And you'd think that that would be something they'd put in. Because, dude, as soon as I saw this... Hold on. As soon as I saw this, I was like, oh my god, he's gonna go for like some badass like round assassination. As a backsmack. This part is cool as hell. So, you have like a thing that like repulses basically, but he repulsed the plasma pistol shot back at that player. Okay, but imagine you can do this with like anything. So you can repulse players, vehicles, grenades, rockets. Imagine like someone shooting a spanker rocket at you, you repulse it and it flies off and hits like an enemy wasp or something like that. Okay, so what is this? What is this? Do you get a little companion? It looks like it flows really nicely. It looks like the combat flows really, really nicely. But at the same time, it's a trailer, so we're not going to be able to fully tell until we play it for ourselves. Best looking skull we've ever had in multiplayer. Look how nice that is.
So basically what I'm saying is I've been playing Halo Infinite for the last couple of years privately and...
Dude, this music is sick! Yo, this music is sick! Oh, it's in-engine, is it, everyone? Gameplay.
Tight experience. It was all about being fair. It was all about earning everything on the map, earning everything.
Oh my god, it looks really good. Oh, it looks really good, bro.
What made it was great. Halo, it's really about fair and balanced starts.
Is that how you start a game?
Footing one of the objectives is super amazing.
Oh, you can like...
Looking at how the power-ups play, like your classic power-ups like the overshield.
It's like you guys stand still and we get an overkill. What? Wait. Overshields aren't
very legacy, but we took
immediate
the
use
side of it and modernized it. We've got a cousin to the Warthog, which is the Razorback.
The Razorback
has this like multi-storage compartment that you can put a lot of stuff into. So
yo, I got a sniper. I'm bringing it right to you, dude. I got you. Oh my god. I love the AR. Wraith! The Wraith!
We have Pelicans delivering.
Oh no, it's a Wraith!
Commander in your sky to yo!
Bro, the drop pod weapons? Are you kidding me?
Like
dude, what? What?
The body of customization content that we have on day one ensures that there will be millions of customization combinations
look at this!
of Spartans on the battlefield. That includes things like armor coatings, armor emblems, various armor effects, down to the individual armor pieces. So your
bro, it looks so good, man. Bro,
coatings offer us a unique opportunity to craft some hyper-polished.
Oh my god, it looks gorgeous.
So,
dude, let's go! MCC!
So
Led the way! Yo!
A lot of our stuff is unlocked.
Season pass stuff will never be in the store.
Game and only through playing the game.
Okay.
Gameplay for players, new opportunities to...
Through gameplay, for free. Dude, having a mode
20 years.
made for warm-up is so cool. Dude, I love... I'm so happy, man. Fucking claps, everyone. They did it, man. This game looks amazing. This isn't me just overreacting. This game looks fucking great. Like, genuinely amazing.
But this has by far been the hardest secret I've ever had to keep. Not only from all of you guys, but I've been live streaming trying to not let anything slip by accident. It has been a very, very hard time. But over the past 48 hours, the Halo community has been on quite the journey, and now that I've had a moment to kind of process everything, I wanted to make this video kind of summarizing absolutely everything we saw and my thoughts on it. We also didn't get anything on Forge, which was not really that surprising. But the main thing we didn't see was any commitment to any dates at all. No flights, no release date, though we did get some reassurance on flights in the Halo blog post that was released alongside the initial trailer. I'd be lying if I said no release date didn't bum me out just a little, but I don't see a 2022 delay happening. I think they're just keeping their options open for a wide release window later this year. Out of these pieces of content, we saw amazing graphical leaps and fixes since last year's showcase. We saw all of these beautiful Spartans. We also saw an in-depth look at customization in the game, and it looks incredible. You're able to go back and complete that season pass whenever you want. This is such a positive decision for players. It means that FOMO isn't really going to be in this game. Of course, there's probably going to be stuff in the game that you have to unlock in a certain amount of time, just because that's always fun. Okay, that's actually a lot whenever you lay it all out. What do I actually think? I'm currently in the camp of hyped out of my mind, which I'm sure none of you are surprised by. I was feeling pretty good after the gameplay reveal, and then the Vidoc came out of nowhere and knocked it out of the park. I'm also really happy they seem to have dropped the red versus blue system. Of course, this is a legacy thing that's always been in the games, but honestly, I would much rather be able to show off my Spartan in-game and see everyone else's Spartans exactly how they like it, without being painted red or blue, and all of our, cool Spartans being covered up by this color. Overall, I'm totally fine with the game having a season pass. Obviously, people out there are going to have a bit of a weird thought, their Halo game having a microtransaction season pass system, that was never in Halo before, so I hate it. I get that, but in the end of the day, I would much rather Halo be as accessible as it possibly can, and free to play is the best way to do that. And the best thing is, not only is the multiplayer free at launch, but we also get the first season completely free, so there's nothing to complain about. We literally get all of this stuff for free at launch. It's crazy. Luckily, we were allowed to actually stay in Seattle because everything was paid for, so we just had a fun time in Seattle. With the recent Halo Infinite news, we've got some new insight into how customization and progression will work. And it's actually very unique to any other Halo title. And since it's linked to a very controversial topic, there's a lot of positives and some negatives to go through. When it comes to Halo and the freemium model, I think the multiplayer being free to play actually treats a lot of issues Halo has suffered from, but it also comes with its list of side effects. So are we essentially switching out one issue for another? Population for progression? Well, that's what we're here to discuss. Based on all of the info we have right now, Halo Infinite will be free to play on every system possible. The campaign will be a paid experience. In turn, there will be seasonal content drops like map packs and battle passes with cosmetic unlocks. The first season pass is 100% free, and season passes or battle passes can be unlocked at any time. It sounds great, right? Well, what's the catch? I'm sure you have already heard about armor coatings. Coatings are a template color scheme that will be replacing the previous primary, secondary, and tertiary color choice system, because your colors, aside from the armor itself, is probably worth the most to players' expression. If they could find a way to monetize them, then they have very strong incentives for you to reach into your pocket. However, let's just step back a bit from being ultra critical to these systems, because they do allow the game to be free, which fixes a huge issue Halo has had in the past: population. Halo 5 struggled to hold enough players for balanced matchmaking and fast search times. I also believe that had Halo 5 been more popular, that more money would have been poured into supporting the game and content post-release. So if we're thinking, why should I care about how popular Halo is? Well, you really should, as it will directly affect your experience with the game in a huge way. So with all this in mind, are coatings really such a huge sacrifice from the 3 color choices we had before? It's safe to say this is already a huge step up from Halo 5's limited core and helmet, primary and secondary color system. And the actual armor designs themselves aren't only a huge improvement on Halo 5's, they're already my favorite looking armors in the entire franchise. So how does Infinite's customization and progression compare to the grandfather of all player expression in Halo Reach? And finally, armor coatings. And I would just mark coatings as worse than choice. However, they actually offer more than just color. They offer in some cases a unique pattern too. I personally am loving this army camo Spartan, if you can actually see him, that is. So it looks like a pretty even playing field from this list, with Infinite actually having the edge. I think this gives Reach back a little bit of ground. But then you realize that Halo Infinite also has a plethora of weapon skins, weapon charms, vehicle skins, a personalized AI companion. Also, I'd bet we're getting backpacks too, eventually. And with this in mind, I'd think I'd personally pick Halo Infinite over Reach any day. All in all, I truly believe Halo Infinite's player expression is superior over Halo Reach's, but whether its progression is too is another story, and requires a bit more news from Halo Infinite to determine. So what was supposed to be the bad side effects of having the game free to play is potentially a superior system to the current king of customization in the franchise.
and I'm pretty excited. And taking into account all the other benefits that free-to-play offers to Halo, I think this is definitely the right play, and in my opinion serves as an example of how to do free-to-play right without it being a huge detriment to the game experience. So in conclusion, free-to-play seems like a double-edged sword. It incentivizes devs to make as much customization and players' expression as humanly possible, even if only to bolster the value of the battle passes and or microtransactions. And in Halo Infinite's case, I think it's being implemented without huge disruption to progression that makes Halo, well, Halo, a worthy sacrifice. So basically what I'm saying is I've been playing Halo Infinite for the last couple of years privately, and I feel like Halo Infinite is taking the best parts of every Halo game and constructing basically the perfect game. Now, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. Obviously, I need to play the game before I can say that, but that's the impression that I'm getting. I recently made a video discussing Halo Infinite's free-to-play model and how it's implemented, and I came to the conclusion that free-to-play is the best thing for the franchise. But it's got me thinking about how much love there is for Halo at this moment in time. Enough for people to instantly dislike or jump in a video that they maybe think is kind of taking away from that hype and excitement. And I absolutely love that. If they're so passionate for Halo Infinite, so excited for it, that they're willing to basically already jump on a video that could be in any way negative towards it, that means they're hyped, that means they're excited, that means this Halo game is doing its job. It's getting the Halo community hyped up for a new title. I used to get hate for being overly optimistic about Halo, and it seems that a lot of people have finally joined me. You've always seen the light, okay? I was right this whole time. Do I think Halo Infinite is going to completely unite the community? No, nothing will ever do that. I think there's always going to be that one boomer out there that just wants a carbon copy of Halo 3. I do believe that Halo Infinite will and already is uniting the community again. I cannot wait for Halo to release, and to then have the full force of the development team behind it for years and years to come. Whenever 343 says this is going to be a 10-year game, that excites me very much. I remember I made a video last year talking about why I was so optimistic and how I was actually terrified at the same time about Infinite. To be honest, every content creator was. My future doing what I love was uncertain, and hell yeah, it was very scary. But I would have gone insane if I wasn't able to be optimistic about Halo. That's just how I work. If only I had known that the game was going to end up looking as fun as it does, I would have been a lot less stressed over the last year. I guess what I'm trying to say is I feel pretty damn good about Halo right now. 2020 was a humbling year for us all, and it feels amazing to finally be exiting that chapter while also exiting the Halo drought chapter. Hopefully you're all as excited about Halo Infinite as I am. I cannot wait for this game. Hopefully the flights will be in the next couple of months. You already know I'll be covering the flights like an absolute madman. I basically won't sleep. Halo Infinite flights are starting next weekend. I am not joking. 343 has just released a brand new blog which basically gives us an inside look at Infinite, and as I said, flights are actually happening next week. It is seemingly confirmed that we're getting our hands on with this mysterious game that I was convinced didn't actually exist. It's finally here, everyone. It is literally our time to shine, and I'm just shocked. I have no words, really. I've been waiting for this announcement for basically as long as I can remember at this stage, so the fact that we finally get to play this game, or some of us anyway, get to get our hands on this game after all this time is mind-boggling. If you have no idea what a flight is, it's basically a way for them to test the game early before release, so all the bugs and little issues are ironed out before it is released to us, the public. After MCC's kind of rough launch, they do not want a repeat of that whatsoever. So what is actually going to be in this technical preview? What can you expect to play when we get our hands on it? So they're going to have arena gameplay versus bots, arena maps, academy weapon drills, menu and battle pass UI, and the new waypoint experience on iOS and Android, and also web. So I've seen a few people complaining that it's arena gameplay versus bots instead of actual players. Of course, normal PvP would be my preference, but at the same time, getting early access to the game is awesome no matter what it is. And for those content creators out there, do not worry. You are able to create content on this technical preview, so you can make videos, stream it, all that good stuff. I, for one, will be basically live the entire time, as well as creating videos on top of all that. So it's going to be a very busy time for me, but I cannot wait. I'm stoked. But going back just a little bit, if you're disappointed that this flight is only against bots, do not worry, they are planning more flights in the future, and these will include PvP arena and also
big team battle. So the big team battle flight is going to be something I am so excited for. So hopefully that comes in the very near future. But it's really starting. This is actually becoming a very real thing. Halo Infinite is basically here, everyone, and I cannot believe it. If you're anything like me, you've been basically thinking about this game every single day for the past 3 years. So the fact that we're now going to be playing it, my mind is blown. They also touch on bugs and issues. Of course, it's a technical preview. This isn't some polished beta that they're putting out there because it's perfect and ready to play for everyone. It's a technical preview. There's going to be bugs, there's going to be issues. It's not a flawless experience. So if you do play and you crash or something happens in the game that is not normal, don't freak out. Don't think this game is doomed. It's not absolutely perfect. It's kind of a little bit put together just for us to have a go. It'll hopefully be put together by the time full release comes around in, you know, X amount of months. So just be a little bit easy, okay? Just go a little bit easy whenever it comes to bugs and issues. Just a reminder, even if you are signed up as a Halo Insider, that does not guarantee that you will be invited. Unfortunately, it is going to be a limited amount of people. But realistically, my fingers are crossed for all of you to get invited. If not, hopefully I do get in myself and I am able to create lots of awesome content for all of you. I cannot wait, dude. I'm so excited. So bring me to next weekend. The Halo Infinite hype train has finally arrived at the station, and I think we're all ready to board. So I'll see you there. Luckily, we were allowed to actually stay in Seattle because everything was paid for. So we just had a fun time in Seattle.
July Tech preview.
Shut up, shut up, shut up.
Don't check your messages. Go to the Halo Insider page.
I see it! I see it, boys! Oh my god, I see it! Oh, boys, it's on my Steam! It's downloading! Alright, that is my current Spartan. You know, shout out to all of you for sharing this moment with me. What a big moment this is. Oh, the music changed? Oh, we're in! Wait, I don't want to miss this part. I don't want to miss this part. That's my teammate right there, dude. Look at me, man. Oh, we're in, boys.
If it continues to move, kill it hard.
Oh my goodness. I got beamed by a bot. I've been annihilated. Minimum frame rate? Oh, let me crack this up. Alright, real quick. Yeah, let me turn my motion blur all the way down. Before we do... Oh, shader. Medium. Whoa. This looks really good. Okay, reversal is back. Double kill. Dude, it looks so nice. Like, it's really... Whoa! Really clean looking. Oh, it feels so good, man! Oh my god, this game feels really good. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry, dude. It feels really good, man. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. Okay. I'm focusing up. I got some bots to absolutely murder right now. Guys, I can't tell you how... Oh, the perfect for the frenzy. I can't tell you how good this BR feels right now. Drop a weapon? Wait, how do I drop?
Inbound.
Whoa, what the fuck? Oh shit! Yo, okay, so right on the D-pad.
S7 sniper available.
Right on my D-pad. Okay, my overshield, teammate. You see?
Overshield
mine.
Available.
Oh. Oh, the perfect, dude. It's so clean. Oh, I just knocked him back into a different dimension. Let's go, dude! 21 kills! First game, baby! 20 bomb! Oh, it's good! The game is good! I am pretty much disbelief, to be quite honest with you. This is by far the greatest stream I have ever had on Twitch by a long mile. Like, absolutely no comparison to this. I've gained 2,200 followers this stream, which is absolutely unreal. So, absolutely crazy. So yes, I shall catch you later. Thank you so much. Today's stream, well, I'll never forget it. It's been amazing. So I love you all. Thank you so much for all the follows, hanging out, enjoying Infinite with me for the first time. And this is the beginning of a really awesome time whenever this game eventually comes out. So yes, love you all. Thanks for chilling, and I'll see you tomorrow.
So basically what I'm saying is I've been playing Halo Infinite for the last couple of years privately.
Okay, so we got to play Halo Infinite this weekend, a game that has existed in my head rent-free in the form of a few ambiguous trailers since 2018. So for me, it's been a very surreal weekend. I was able to be a 2K Andy on Twitch for a while, which was absolutely unreal. The 3 maps we got to play in the technical preview were all top-notch. Visually stunning with Bazaar absolutely taking the cake. Again, a perfect evolution of classic Halo 2 energy. It's hard to tell how well they flow without fighting real players. I unfortunately missed the PvP window as it only lasted for like 2 hours at 3 AM for me, so hopefully in the next flight, UK players don't get absolutely ruined by the American schedule. 343 have really thought outside of the box with some of the new weapons in Halo Infinite, most notably the Ravager and the Heatwave. It really spices up the gameplay when you can shoot an area of effect pool of plasma fire stuff to block power positions, or to halt the enemy team from nabbing power weapons if your team isn't set up properly. There's just so much you can do with this simple mechanic. I believe gameplay is Halo's strongest pillar, so this really enforces my confidence for Halo Infinite. A huge dub for Halo fans. The sound design in the technical preview was immaculate. The crispy melees, the grapples crunch as you reel in active camo from your teammate's grasp. Sound design is similar to UI in that it has to be heard or navigated thousands of times without getting annoying. So I'm happy to report that Halo Infinite sound design is some of my favorite yet. Customization. We only got a small taste of customization in this preview, but from what we did get, I absolutely loved it. I don't have a hugely strong opinion on it so far, but there's definitely lots you can customize, and it's probably the most in-depth customization in a Halo game to date. No player collision. Currently in Halo Infinite, you can sort of phase through players, kind of feels similar to Minecraft where it will push you around a bit. I'm not sure why this is the way it is, but jumping off your teammates' heads to get to... But jumping off of a teammate's head to get to some ledge or something is a quintessential Halo feature, and it just feels wrong to walk through people. Makes the whole game feel like a less solid experience, and I really hope this is something they revise for launch. Medals. The second biggest issue I had with the flights was actually medals. Halo is famous for its medals. That sweet overkill medal pop-up is pure dopamine. The problem that I've had with the technical preview is that I had to squint to see the medals. They just need to be a little bit bigger and I'm happy. I would categorize this under being a nitpick. The demon medal, for example, looks absolutely badass, so they're not all a complete miss. Just some of them maybe need a slight rework. They don't feel like a huge improvement, but they're not the absolute worst either. As for the removal of the classic names like Inconceivable, Untouchable, and the infamous Unfriggin' Believable, it's a shame, but at the same time, Nightmare and Demon are putting up a pretty tough fight. The sniper in Halo Infinite just ain't it, chief. Don't get me wrong, it looks great, it sounds perfect, but it's just way too zoomed in, and it has a very slight delay which messes with my years of muscle memory. It also has a strange inconsistency when firing from the hip. I think the hitboxes for the sniper could be a tiny bit bigger. I mean, nothing like H2A. Halo 2 Anniversary is actual aimbot, but somewhere in between where Halo Infinite is and where Halo 5 was, I'm confident they will have tuned the sniper up come launch. XP in more than just challenges. So currently in Halo Infinite, there is a battle pass system, which I am personally totally fine with. You know, modern day gaming is all going towards a battle pass. It all makes sense. And the way 343 are doing it seems very, very fair to me. But my biggest problem with Halo Infinite from the technical preview is that the only way to level up your battle pass is via challenges. So currently, if you play a game and you don't unlock a challenge while playing that game, you've basically just wasted your time while playing that match. You can't unlock the battle pass by just straight up playing the game. You always have to be chasing challenges. So they need to have some kind of reasoning to play the game outside of just grinding for challenges, or I think it'll get a little bit boring after a while, unfortunately. The menu is something you're going to interact with thousands of times, so anything that's remotely unintuitive is going to become more and more tedious, especially as more content is added.
I can't remember a game that used its final menus in the alpha, so this is a bit of a moot point. I'm hoping 343 can meld together the simple intuitiveness of Halo Reach's menus while also showcasing our Spartans in the lobbies. Overall, I think 343 are meeting and exceeding expectations and are making a really strong show for Halo. It's been a rough wait, but I'm confident now that it's been entirely worth it. I just want to take a moment to thank all of the really hardworking devs over at 343 that have all had a very rough development while working remotely from home, but the hard work is certainly paying off. And I'd like to thank all of you guys at home for watching and supporting my content. I have seen some insane growth over this flight weekend, and I cannot wait for the future ones, and of course, full release of Halo Infinite.
But this has by far been the hardest secret I've ever had to keep, not only from all of you guys, but I've been live streaming trying to not let anything slip by accident. It has been a very, very hard time.
In this video, they kind of talk about the tech flight that just happened. They go over some news and information that they want us to know before release, and they also touch on the release itself a bit. So it's going to be a pretty interesting one. The news isn't actually the best, so everyone strap in, prepare yourselves. So they also talk about the next flight and how it's going to be a bit of an evolution over what we already played. It's going to have PvP 4v4 as well as big team battle in it. So we actually get some proper multiplayer in the next flight. They didn't give a date for it, unfortunately, but I believe it's going to be pretty soon. I don't think they'll be waiting until October or something for the next flight. So hopefully in the next couple of weeks. So Joseph Staten goes on to say that split screen on PC will not be there at launch whatsoever. But it doesn't stop there. Co-op campaign is not going to be at launch on either platform, so PC and Xbox will not have co-op. Probably the biggest bombshell that I find to be the most damaging is no Forge is going to be at launch. Just like Halo 5's launch, we didn't get Forge. Halo Infinite is following the same way, and that is pretty devastating, not gonna lie. I get it, game development is really, really difficult. I'm sure the developers have been working very hard. I'm sure none of them wanted to launch the game without Forge, but no Forge at launch is pretty hurtful because I absolutely love customs and I was really excited to make customs content for me personally. But with no Forge at launch, then we're gonna have to wait even longer for that. They do give a bit of a timeline for when we can expect these features after launch though. They said that co-op will be in Season 2, so the game is obviously launching with Season 1. So in Season 2, co-op will be added to the game. Seasons are gonna last about 3 months, so about 3 months after launch, you can expect to be able to play the campaign with your friends, which will be an absolute blast. And then in Season 3, that's when they expect to have Forge added to the game. So about 6 months after launch is when we're going to get Forge in Halo Infinite. I'm pretty sure Halo 5 was 1 month after launch, but now that we're going to have to wait 6 months for Forge mode in Infinite, it's a bit of a sting, not gonna lie. I'm a very positive Halo player, but this is a little bit of a sting for me to have to share this news with all of you. An extra 6 months after launch should hopefully give the team enough time to really, really blow our minds with it. So I know you might be a little bit frustrated, you might be a little bit angry, but just keep those feelings tempered. There's no point in getting angry at people developing a video game for you. Forge will release at some point, and the game is looking very, very fun. So we just gotta sit tight, we're gonna remain calm, and just hope that it comes out and is absolutely brilliant. But of course, when is the game actually releasing? And we still don't have a date, unfortunately. But they did say that the game was 100% coming out this year. They are absolutely 100% confirmed in that. They're just working out a few extra details, and we will find out the date very, very soon. But that's basically all the big news from this video. I know it's not the most positive news, unfortunately. Being a Halo fan is a bit of a tricky thing. Some days are awesome, some days are very rough. This is a bit of a rougher day, but it is not the end of the world. Hopefully the campaign comes out and is absolutely awesome, and the multiplayer, which we already got a small taste of, seems to be enjoyed by pretty much everyone. I'm not much of a forger, but I was excited for customs, but I can wait for that. It's not going to be the end of the world for me, and I was very excited to play co-op with my friends. But if the story is fun, then I will enjoy it by myself for the first 3 months, and then I'll do co-op videos with my buddies after that. But I'm still very excited for Infinite. This hasn't really hurt my excitement too much. Just a little bit of a bummer, but it is what it is.
Luckily, we were allowed to actually stay in Seattle because everything was paid for, so we just had a fun time in Seattle.
Next up, a surprise for you guys. Halo!
Oh!
Multiplayer tech test.
Whoa! London! Yo, it's London! What? Yo, Halo London? Oh, this looks so sick.
What?
Finally a trailer, dude! Oh, the brutes look so sick. Oh my. Ah, this is sick. That was dope.
That was so cool seeing Halo in London as well.
Yeah,
like,
Halo in
wow.
London in the UK. That was awesome. UK represents.
That's sick.
I would like to announce that Halo Infinite's campaign and
Oh.
multiplayer
Oh.
will launch together on December 8th.
December 8th, confirmed. Yeah.
December 8th.
I'm
It's
wow.
real. During this holiday,
I
just as
can't
you promised,
believe that.
I know you and the team have been working on campaign.
December 8th.
Will
Wow.
be coming this
Okay.
year because
Oh, it is an Elite controller, but Halo themed. Oh, no way. Oh! That is so sick.
Oh.
Damn. I'm getting that. I'm getting that. That is so sick. Wow.
Yeah, definitely. One more thing.
One more?
there's more.
Just one.
Okay.
It's not a
here's the
console.
last thing.
It's
I
not a
think.
console.
Okay, Joe, thank you very much. Let's take a look at this.
It's gotta be.
No way. There's no fucking way. Oh, my Halo nerdiness is absolutely peaking. Oh, it is! It is an Xbox! Oh, it is an Xbox! A Halo Xbox! No way! Damn! November 15th? Oh, sheesh.
But this has by far been the hardest secret I've ever had to keep. Not only from all of you guys, but I've been live streaming trying to not let anything slip by accident. It has been a very, very hard time.
I uploaded a video talking about co-op and Forge being delayed from launch. And since then, the Halo community has been in hysterics. I found myself in a bit of a whiplash from the streak of good news and technical preview success.
Please delay the fucking game. Just delay it until co-op is ready. But delay the game, it needs to be great. Delay the game to fight and Halo origin story.
Naturally, there's been a lot of talk about a delay for Halo Infinite so we can have a complete launch. So let's pretend for a second that Gamescom and the official release date announcement never happened. So, should Halo Infinite be delayed? There's no definition for a complete game. And while other Halos have a release with more features, I don't know many, if any, other games that attempt a release with even half the features that Halo does. I stated this in a video I made last year, right after the total disaster of Cyberpunk. I guess that we would likely see some of what other people consider core Halo features cut from launch to ensure as smooth as an experience as possible. But I got it wrong. Instead of this, we got this. I'm not happy about it, but I can't say I'm hugely surprised. It's no myth that Halo is having some difficulty behind the scenes, but just remember that game development is a tinted window. You might think you're screaming into the void on Twitter, but you aren't. The devs are right there, and there's a fine line between coming across as constructive or entitled. But my point is that the decision to remove Forge and co-op was not made lightly. Microsoft probably don't want Halo Infinite to be coined the new Cyberpunk. So if those features aren't ready to show by launch, then they shouldn't be. Personally, I would have been against a delay anyway. I get the whole you only get one launch. Maybe it's selfish of me because my career is connected to it, but I am just ready. Okay? At the time of recording this, we've got another Halo Infinite dev update, but along with all the good news, there was that one unfortunate piece. In Halo Infinite, the only way to progress and earn XP is by completing challenges. These challenges can be as simple as completing matches and can be swapped. However, they are not unlimited, so you could run out of them in one play session. Granted, it's probably quite a lot, but the idea of someone absolutely grinding every single day and hitting a limit of how much XP they can earn doesn't sound that much fun to me. And I also don't like not earning XP for regular play. Why is it like this? Maybe it's because they don't want people completing the battle pass fast, or maybe it's just an incomplete system that's there for the first season. Another idea was maybe they want to avoid people going AFK in matches and just completing games and getting free XP for it. You know what? It actually makes a little bit of sense to me that way. 343 are listening and very likely saw this coming from a mile away. And it sounds like they will have a more filled out system post season 1. To end on a good note, we did get to see an incredible cinematic trailer for Halo Infinite Season 1, which I thoroughly enjoyed. Just look at these brutes. They're beautiful.
So basically what I'm saying is I've been playing Halo Infinite for the last couple of years privately.
Maps are pretty important when it comes to Halo. I'd say maps are one of the main ingredients in the secret recipe that makes Halo so unique. Halo 5's map problem.
Halo 5 has a serious map problem, and it can't be repeated. It's not that Halo 5 only has bad maps. Like I said, I actually really love a lot of the maps Halo 5 brought to the table. The problem isn't bad maps, it's new maps, or the lack of such. So we've got about 6 give or take maps that I believe are up to standards. And of all of these maps, they are built in a hyper competitive way. No vehicles, man cannons, or fun stuff. All very small competitive layouts. And to be honest, I don't hate them. Plaza and Coliseum are very strong maps, but when you compare it to all of Halo 3's greatest hits, it's really no contest. What about Warzone? Warzone has decent enough maps, but there's a problem. Can you see it? How do you like this map? What about this one? Or this one? Nearly every Warzone map reuses the exact same armory assets, and these bases are where about 80% of the combat is done. So you sort of feel like you're just playing the same environment over and over. Now before we get too comfortable as full-time game devs in our armchairs, I'm going to say something crazy. Asset reuse isn't just a good thing, it's actually 100% necessary when making a game of Halo's scale. I would say one of the main issues with the campaign was in fact recycling content. But why was Halo 5 like this? Was it an oversight? What caused so much recycling? And is Infinite headed the same way? I guess we'll never know the exact reasons why, but it's likely to do with rough development, and I have a hunch. Engine limitations. If content was syrup, the Blam engine might have had a content pipeline the size of a paper straw. So when they decided that Halo needed loot boxes, that was a huge problem. Not because loot boxes are predatory, but because loot boxes need loot. And Halo never really had loot. It had rewards like do the campaign on Legendary, and you'll get this helmet. One and done job. The difference with loot is that loot is a reoccurring reward you get for completing the same task. Halo had to turn rewards like helmets and skins into loot. It's not like they could give you a BR with different stat rolls, which means you've got to make 120 armors and helmets to make loot boxes last long enough.
You'll find over 1,000 wrecks at launch.
You better believe you're getting this helmet with 3 different paint jobs. Reusing assets was the only feasible solution. So should we be worried about this problem returning to Halo Infinite? After all, it is a live service game. Well, part of the reason we've waited so long for Halo Infinite is because they've made a brand new engine for the game. I assume after Halo 5 they realized that Halo 5's engine wasn't able to carry their ambitions for Halo Infinite. And so the decision was made to make the Slip Space engine that has supposedly been designed from the ground up to be able to make content fast and add it live. So with a bit of luck, Halo Infinite won't have to cut so many corners. It also looks like they refined how rewards work. Instead of one helmet with a bunch of variants, you get one helmet with interchangeable attachments and coatings, which is much smarter. And even with all the issues Halo 5 suffered, I still loved it enough to play all the way to Spartan rank 152.
Luckily, we were allowed to actually stay in Seattle because everything was paid for, so we just had a fun time in Seattle.
This is gonna be the weirdest first game of BTB ever. I'm just gonna spend like half the game. It's a CTF as well, so I have time to actually look around myself instead of rushing just to get slays. Yeah, to the loot cave we go, boys. Hell yeah. To the loot cave we go. Look at that thing. Oh, it's sniper. All right. And just like that, I've already got a sniper in my hand. Oh, we've already found a cave. Ah, yeah, my first loot cave. I'm stoked. I'm so stoked. You know, the loot caves, it's such a simple idea, but I absolutely love it. I absolutely love the idea of the loot cave. I feel so, like, overwhelmed. I feel very overwhelmed right now. It's kind of wild. Wait, do I hear a pelican? Oh, I do! Oh, the fusion coil just flew! Don't mind if I do! Oh, there's so many people. Oh, there's too many people. No, it already blew up! How did it blow up that quick? Can I throw a fusion coil? Oh, yes, I can. Oh, look at it, dude. Oh, okay. Let's go inside the base. I don't think he actually went inside the base last time. It does. It goes really far, actually. Whoa. Oh, look at this. Oh, a grapple. Yes, please. This already feels like the large-scale BTB I've kind of always wanted. It's amazing. Game feels 10 times better. Oh, do we see that drop pod? No, I want to see that. No, the drop pod. I want to see that so bad. First impressions. It's awesome. This is very, very first impressions, though. Jeez. Give it 5 minutes and people will already find super annoying spots to camp. Yeah, dude. Hope you enjoy sitting there. Yeah, I think it does need a BR start. I was initially like, I don't know if it does, but yeah, I think it does. Sheesh! Oh, he's insane. He's insane, dude. Let's go. That's fine. I didn't want in. Oh, wait. No. We can actually tie this up. Oh, that's a Banshee. I see a Banshee. No, he got it. Damn. Okay, well, we have a Banshee in the air at the very least. So basically what I'm saying is I've been playing Halo Infinite for the last couple of years privately. I'm going to be talking about Halo Infinite and basically everything that I disliked about the game. I know, surprise, surprise, UberNick dislikes something about Halo. Obviously, I really love the game. I actually think it is fantastic. It really did blow a lot of my expectations out of the water, but just because I like the game does not mean that it was perfect, and there's always room for improvements. I saw some people on PC said that the optimization was pretty good, while other people said they were having some struggles, but hopefully all of that will be ironed out for release. The commando, I do think it is a little bit inconsistent though. Whenever you fire your weapon and hold it down, there is bloom that comes into effect, and I absolutely cannot stand bloom. So I don't know if they're going to get rid of bloom because people were complaining about it or what's going to happen, but bloom in Halo is just not that much fun to me. It does not strip shields as fast as it should, and it also has now lost its ability to EMP vehicles, which I'm not upset about. I actually don't really care that it doesn't EMP vehicles, but I'll get onto that. But I think the plasma pistol definitely needs a buff. I think the charge shot also needs to shoot faster because I straight up could not hit anyone with the charge shot, no matter how much I tried. I think the sidekick does need a bit of a nerf. I think it is a little bit too powerful. There are times where shooting people with it does feel a little bit inconsistent, but I don't know. I just think personally the sidekick is a little bit too strong. Loved fragmentation. I know this video is everything I disliked about Infinite, but there was also a lot that I did like about this game. I think the loot caves were a little bit disappointing. I feel like they could have better loot. Maybe if there was weapon variations or something in the game, they could store them in the loot cave so that if you get in there, you get a more powerful sniper or a battle rifle or something like that. And I feel like the way the vehicles come in, while visually very cool, I just don't think it plays that well. There was many occasions where I finally got my hands on a Scorpion for literally 10 seconds and then the game ended. And just one final note about the maps. I do think there is a great list of them currently. I just want to see more variation in the maps, hopefully heading into the final game. Obviously, we have not seen anywhere near the final list of the maps, so I want like a Covenant one, I want a Banished map, I want just lots of variety instead of just more UNSC facilities, so we'll see how that goes. Okay, so the Mongoose and the Warthog are both great. They are extremely fast. I do think the Mongoose maybe is a little bit too sticky to the ground though. Now the Banshee is a very strange vehicle in Halo Infinite. It's basically the only vehicle that I really disliked using completely. I didn't really have an issue with all the others, but the Banshee is one that I did not enjoy. So I've seen quite a few people mention this about Jeff Sticer being missing from Big Team Battle. I am in this camp. I do think Jeff needs to return to Big Team Battle. I get it. You have your AIs, and I do love the AIs. I think they are hilarious, and I'll be honest, I thought I would dislike the AIs initially. I feel like I'm going into a lot of these things thinking I'm going to dislike it and then being, you know, proved wrong. But I think the AIs are dope. I really do enjoy them. But I think Jeff Sticer is far too iconic to not have in there. You know, the amount of times I got like a triple or an overkill or something like that, hoping to hear him in the background and he just wasn't there, was kind of disappointing. So I would love to see Jeff return for BTB. I do think player outlines are something that no matter how much you hate or dislike are not going to go anywhere at this stage. We have to learn how to live with it and also hopefully give feedback to see them get improved. But that's going to about do it for today's video, everyone. Hopefully you enjoyed hearing my thoughts on some of the elements of the game.
As it's pretty obvious, I do enjoy a lot of the game, but there are some things that I am not a huge fan of. But I don't think there's anything in there that is a major game-breaking thing for me. I don't think there's anything that I'm necessarily super worried about this game. It is out very, very soon. We're literally in like almost the final countdown. We're like a month and a half away now from this game, which is mind-blowing. So hopefully you guys are excited. I am so ready for Halo Infinite. I just want it to be the best game possible. I really do. So with all our feedback, we can hopefully get it there. But this has by far been the hardest secret I've ever had to keep. Not only from all of you guys, but I've been live streaming trying to not let anything slip by accident. It has been a very, very hard time.
And taken control of
Ooh.
the mysterious Zeta Halo.
Even that's updated.
Mr. Chief.
Oh, weapon. Look at its face.
How many guns do you need?
Yo. Woo! Look at these. Oh, look at the graphics. Look. Okay. I'm freaking out.
And discover
wait.
Spartan freedom.
The
in the
grapple
most
is electrocuting
wide-open
them?
and adventure-filled Halo experience yet. To a troubling question.
Whoa, look at
What happened to
Cortana.
Cortana?
Oh, it's like ordering a car in Grand Theft Auto. Dude, that's so sick. That's exactly what I wanted, man.
A damn.
Look at this.
We will meet.
Dude, he looks so much better. That's so badass.
Is that you?
Dude! No way! Just kills them by taking him off a cliff.
What if it's a friend?
Shut it down.
That's the most Master Chief thing ever. Dude, this is so badass. Whoa, look at the way he holds the rocket.
Doing what Spartans do best. Defying the odds to take down the banished. Peace.
Oh, he looks so sick!
Look out, Chief. He looks
Okay.
like
Dude! Oh my god! Holy... Wow!
Play it day one with Game Pass.
This looks so sick! Oh my god, dude. That looked fucking amazing! Like, I don't care if it's like first like reveal, Nick is overhyped. That looks fucking sick! Oh my god, I'm stoked. Oh my god, that looks so sick. Dude, oh my god, everything about that was just unreal. Oh my god, I'm so stoked. Oh my god. Luckily, we were allowed to actually stay in Seattle because everything was paid for, so we just had a fun time in Seattle. It looks like the Halo game I've always wanted, and I'm sure a lot of you think the same. Oh my god, so glad they delayed this game. Right,
Chief
purple Cortana right off the bat.
Partners,
Love that.
Protecting humanity.
I thought Cortana was dead, but
that
I
is
guess
now a
not.
distant memory.
The pilot's
The
face
banished have risen, defeated
already
our heroes,
just looks so much better.
taken control.
Like, look at his face, dude. Something about his face before looked really good. Don't get me wrong. His face before did look great, but it doesn't have that weird, like, unnatural, like, what's that, like, it's kind of real, but it's not quite real. What's that? Uncanny Valley. Yes. It doesn't have that weird, like, I don't think it has that Uncanny Valley look anymore. Doesn't freak me out, basically, to look at. Appreciate, like, the lighting here. This is obviously, like, early morning. The sun's rising. You've just spent all night killing the brutes and the banished. Look at the fog and the distance here. You just look how like big and just expansive this looks. You see that mountain? You can go and explore right up there if you want. Cortana looks amazing. Okay, I think Cortana like visually looks really, really good here, and I also think the model of Cortana looks great. I think this might, from like a very, very quick glance, might be my favorite Cortana. Halo 4's, okay, we get the joke, right? Halo 4's Cortana is kind of thick, but like the face and stuff, I actually really love how this one looks, and I do love that they've gone back to the purple. I love that they've gone back to purple Cortana. I think that's great. I think that's really, really good, because it strikes a nice difference between the weapon and Cortana now. Instead of having two blue AI women, that you care about, you know what I mean? Like the OG purple for Cortana and the new blue for the weapon is really good. I like that. She seems so like ditzy and innocent and like doesn't know what the hell's going on, but she just wants to help, which is a really interesting like counter to how Cortana was. Like Cortana was kind of like the boss, you know, she kind of was like, yeah, I know what the hell we're doing. Whereas this is like, she's like naive, you know what I mean? She's new, she's like learning. Dude, okay. It just like, I don't know, dude. It's just so sick. Dude, honestly, I think the potential for this game is absolutely just like ridiculous. I really do. I think this game could be absolutely mad. And this still image right here, I don't know, dude. It blows my mind. It really does like get me just stoked. You just go for a 20-minute adventure in this mountain over here, just because why not?
Mystery.
Yeah, what's this game gonna be like for? Oh, dude. Okay, sorry. This game is fucking making me lose my mind. I cannot wait to make my playthrough. Every shot is like this shot. No, but this shot. No, but this shot. That's every new frame in this video is like no, but this shot here. You know what I mean? Every single frame in this video is like no, but there's something cool in this one. There's something like to analyze, you know what I mean? Like flying your wasp, and like it looks so, you know, massive as well. It's not like you're flying in these like small areas. Like this is a really big valley you're just flying through, but this is like one portion of this map. You guys can tell that I'm absolutely losing my mind. I'm trying to like stay as like in focus. I have 500 people, so I need to give like a good analysis mode right now, but like I'm also just mega fan like you guys, so I'm trying to like lose my mind but doing it in a way that makes sense in an entertaining way. I'm trying my best here, okay? It's also nice to see a glimpse of the game at nighttime. Yeah, nighttime, I think the vibes at nighttime are going to be ridiculous. The idea of replaying this game is really interesting because you could do you know, a campaign mission during the middle of the day, or you could do it in the middle of the night, and the vibes will be completely different depending on how you do it. I think that's really interesting. Automatically, you can just tell that he looks so much better. Obviously, it's not quite as close up as the 2020 demo, but you can just tell his face has way more detail. His nose looks better. His teeth look way better. You can just tell improvements have been made. Wait, he's a mohawk? Like, oh, dude, his armor looks... His armor, okay, so in 2020, their armor looked like mega blocks. It looked like you just like clip it together like Lego or something like that. Now, the armor looks gritty, great descriptive word. It looks like worn, torn, rough. Doesn't look like they just picked it up off like their local toy store. Looks like they've been in battle, and it really shows. And I really like how that looks. Really like how that looks. Dude, and then look at the tat or the like war paint on his face. Looks great. He looks so menacing. I love it. Oh my goodness, man. Look at the detailing here. Look at the mud that's actually stuck between these like these pointed out parts. I don't know the proper word for what you say about these, but looks really good. Yeah, the mud stuck between the thingies. Yeah, the thingies here. That's a great way to describe it. His hand doesn't look like rubber. Oh, it is a beard. You can see hair. He has a beard. The lighting is so good. He's got eyebrows. Okay, the tac map has received a big upgrade. Let's see, tac map upgrades FOB. What is FOB Golf? All right, someone who knows terminologies. What does that mean? Forward operating base. Oh, okay. Targets database. Interesting. Okay. Nice looking map. Interesting. Very interesting. So there are weapon variants that can be accessed from these bases. And then Valor, I assume Valor is gained by like saving Marines. I assume. And then fast travel. So the map must be, it must be big enough to justify having fast travel, If it was a small map, they wouldn't have put that in, I guess. So, oh my god, okay. Skulls to collect. Yeah, having skulls is, very Halo. So, bro. The bridge in the distance.
And it allows us all to become...
It just looks massive.
Master Chief.
This part here, dude, like... This is like... I feel like this is like Halo's attempt at being like, okay, Battlefield, we understand. We can also do this, but in our own way. Yeah. Hey, Battlefield, look at us. You're not the only game where you can pull this off. They pulled their own Battlefield moment, dude.
This is where my excitement for this game goes to like a whole different dimension. The addition of these like just like literally elite hunters that are tasked with killing Spartans is so badass to me. Like genuinely so badass to me. Robot arm, I wonder how he lost that. That'd be like interesting. I'm sure in lore we'll eventually find out. And then he pulls these out of somewhere.
Couch.
Like, goddamn, he's a badass. He's so sick. So basically what I'm saying is I've been playing Halo Infinite for the last couple of years. Privately, battle passes are something that are not going to claim every inch of your attention. It's not going to take all of your time away from other games that you might be interested in playing. This already is such a huge plus for Infinite. It's going to be the only game that I want to play. But say, for example, I don't know, I want to go on vacation, or I want to play another game that has just come out for a week. Infinite isn't going to punish me. The way it's not going to punish me is the battle pass is never going to go away. It's always going to be there. So once you purchase that battle pass, you have it forever. And I think this system is so pro player, it is so pro community, and is very, very nice. So hopefully other games start taking this approach to battle passes going forward. So basically what I get from this is that all of the Halo Reach Spartans will be put into one specific armor core. And with this armor core, you can mix and match all of these different characters. So say you want George's chest piece, but you want Emil's knives, but you want Kat's helmet. You're going to be able to mix and match and make your ultimate noble team member, which I think is really, really cool. My only worry with armor cores is that I'm not going to be able to mix and match whatever armor I want. So say I want to mix and match a Mark 7 helmet with something super classic. Is that going to clash? Is it not going to work? I assume not. This might be a way to stop objects from actually colliding and looking very messy. You know, I don't know how that all works, but I'm sure there's a technical reason for that. That's just my one issue, but altogether, I actually think armor cores sound like a pretty solid idea. New customization options aren't solely earnable through the battle pass or purchasable in the store. Playing the campaign will also earn players new cosmetic items, and players can also earn a weekly reward called the capstone by completing all weekly challenges. Okay, this is something I've needed back in Halo for the longest time. Give me objectives, give me weekly reasons to hop on the game instead of just mindlessly playing in the game. And the fact that we can hop into the campaign and actually unlock cosmetics by playing the story mode, beautiful, beautiful stuff. I love to hear it. They say it was important for them to ensure that challenges are straightforward and are something players actually want to accomplish. Very good point. I don't want to be doing a challenge that I just don't care about whatsoever. That would suck. Their goal is to make players feel like they're able to earn constant XP for their battle passes or work towards weekly capstone rewards without forcing themselves to play in unfavorable ways. This is what I'm saying about 343 being very player focused. Say you don't have enough time to finish the Fractured event in one sitting, well, it'll come back, you'll have more opportunities to complete it because it does save your progress, which is amazing. So all in all, I think the battle pass system in this game sounds pretty amazing, and it sounds like we're going to have a lot to do always. We're going to have the battle pass, we're going to have weekly challenges, we're going to have events, we're going to have capstone challenges, we're going to have the Fracture events. I feel like it's going to be almost overwhelming as a Halo player because we've been used to having not that much. So I'm stoked to have a game where every week or every 2 weeks or whatever, I'm going to have something new to do, and I am so ready for it. You already know that I'm going to have every bit of armor and everything else unlocked every single season. I'm just not going to have anything left to the dust. But this has by far been the hardest secret I've ever had to keep. Not only from all of you guys, but I've been live streaming trying to not let anything slip by accident. It has been a very, very hard time. There's another 15-minute video? I'm so excited. Dude, he just looks so good. Dude!
Where many worlds are packed to the brim with chores and only a few meaningful adventures.
Dude, it looks so good.
Like Chief's story.
Whoa.
Cortana.
Hello.
For now, what Halo Infinite
dude.
Back by
oh, he looks amazing.
Really
oh, they look so good.
Master Chief.
I'm sorry, but I literally cannot believe we're watching Infinite campaign footage. Like, my brain can't even fathom that this is like actually a reality right now after so many years of waiting. I'm sorry, I just had to like point that out. There's no way Cortana is actually gone. I don't mean to pause, but that is a really good point. Like, do you build it for mostly new people? Do you build it for like returning fans? Because there are so many people that do just want like that Halo experience that, you know, reminds them of why they love the series. But you also
wants something that's accessible for, you know, new people. So kind of a hard one. Honestly, with this game, I'm kind of okay with it being built more with Halo fans like already in mind instead of just new people. But as long as it's somewhat accessible, then it's okay. As long as you don't need to read like 5 books just to understand what's going on, then I think it's okay. Is it kind of like GTA where you start on one island and then eventually you like unlock the bridge so you can go to the next part? Is that what this is going to be like? And then eventually everything will be open to walk around, but you have to kind of, you know, bit by bit, step by step, move along the map to unlock everything. If that's what it's like, then I think that's awesome. Yeah, I think that'd be really cool.
Chief.
This is mind-blowing.
And just a brute lieutenant.
Look at the lighting.
Absolutely
It's so good. Dude, looks fun as hell. Dude. That looked amazing. Wait, is there any more? That looked so sick. That looked amazing. I'm hyped. So basically what I'm saying is I've been playing Halo Infinite for the last couple of years privately. Oh no.
So, let me hand the mic to Tom French, creative director for Halo Infinite multiplayer.
It's actually happening, boys.
Thank you, Joseph. It's my honor and privilege to announce that your Spartan journey begins today. Right now, you can download and start playing Season 1 of Halo Infinite's free-to-play multiplayer beta on Xbox One, Series S, X, and PC.
I was so confident, but like I can't believe it.
To be a Spartan, you
I am jailed, man.
Impossible.
Oh,
on your feet, Spartan.
Oh my god! I feel like I want to cry, I'm not gonna lie. That's so sick, dude. Damn, they really made the coolest game of all time. Oh my god! Oh, like what? Do I download the game? Like, do I just go on my Xbox and install? Like, luckily, we were allowed to actually stay in Seattle because everything was paid for, so we just had a fun time in Seattle. Oh god, we're in.
We're in, boys.
My new home for the next 10 years. Let's go.
Nick, have you power seated yet?
No, I have not.
Nick is yet to power seed.
Can we hold hands and
Dude,
power
he
seed
doesn't
together?
even know
It's
what
one hell
it
of an
is.
experience.
Yeah.
Like, I'm down to power seed
Dude,
with you guys. Don't know what that involves, but I'm down.
Next time we're in Seattle, Kelly, we're coming to yours and we're all going to power seed together.
We're gonna power seed at 343.
Ooh.
One of the only complaints I really have with it right now is like the biomes.
They're just not. They look great, but they're just not enough.
Oh, they do, and the buildings and the layouts, and like it's fun as fuck.
Yeah. No, I share the same complaint as well.
I guess in that sense, it is like a somewhat trivial complaint because the game is really fun.
Hey, the good thing about that as well, they can just fix that. You know, it's like such an easy thing for them to add to the game. If the gameplay was bad, it would be an issue, but the game's great.
Yeah.
So, oh, I love this video game. Two bits. Aiming issues? Not really, Maddie. Anytime I've like missed a shot, I've just put it down to me being a bit of a bad kid. But like, I haven't had anything where I'm like, well, this game's like busted. Happy Halo Infinite? Hell yeah, dude. Having an absolute blast. Why do you defend 343? Because they pay me every month, dude. Why do you think I defend them? You think I actually enjoy 343's Halo games?